though, right? I feel like if I had a street gang,
Yeah.
you know, we'd be the River Rats. Felt like
Well,
that would be sweet.
that would be cool. That would be cool. So, as you were saying just before we came on, like it's a good job there's been no news this week from America.
Slow week. So
Mm.
I'd say like a 82-year-old at a full sprint week. That
So,
speed.
so just take us through what's happened and what's it like in America? Are like people talking about this? Are they interested, or is it like
Well,
same old, or what's it
I mean,
like?
I mean, you had Brenna on last time, but I don't know where we left off because two major things happened. I think I don't because that was on a Monday or Saturday. Did you guys talk about that
Yeah,
Monday?
yeah,
Is
yeah,
that
yeah.
okay?
The
Okay, so
assassination
that's
attempt was last weekend, and then we talked
so
about that last Monday, and now, yeah, we've had
so
Biden
this
drop out. So
previously on America. Um,
the final
so at this,
season.
yeah, series finale, man. We had a good run. Um, but so we had the RNC, which was,
Oh yeah,
man, if you ever want to like punish somebody who loses a bet, just make them like watch the whole thing at like 50% speed.
it
It's
was
dribble.
batshit. It was
It was
absolutely batshit.
dribble for 3 days.
Yeah, yeah,
Unlistenable filth. It just the most xenophobic, racist. Um, I have never seen so many women clap for their rights being removed from them.
yep.
Uh, it was.
Grinder ground to a halt because there were too many people registering for Grinder
I
in Milwaukee. Was
mean,
it Milwaukee where it was being
yeah,
held?
Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That's probably it's about an hour north of Chicago if the weather's good.
Okay. If
So
the
it's not.
weather's
It's
good, what you got to sail there?
We have snow here. It's called, we have seasons.
What?
Un Unlike some.
Unlike unlike California where it's always hot, or here where it just always rains. Doesn't matter what
So
season it is, it's
she
going to be raining.
she's hot in the summer and then she's on fire in the winter.
Yeah, yeah. Fair enough.
That
Fair enough.
that's California for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Indeed.
so so then it was all wrapped up in this 3 day masturbatory fest with Kid Rock and Hulkamania and oh man, all the stars came out just so that Trump could go up there and give his recounting of the brave tale of how he got his ear pierced involuntarily.
Yes. Have you seen the movie Idiocracy? Mike Judge's movie,
No, but I know a lot of the references.
mate. Honestly, that guy's got a crystal ball. But that was set like hundreds of years in the future, whereas this is like 20 years in the future, not even 20 years in the future. And someone did a side by side comparison of
Oh no. Is it bang
of
on?
the movie and the president coming out in the movie and what he was saying, and Hulk Hogan at the RNC just being nuts, and the whole thing. Oh, mate. I mean, what do you
Do
do?
they not do they not know that it's like that art imitates life, imitate do they not know that they're doing the thing?
No,
Like that's the part that's
no.
kind of scary. Is like
Clearly not.
it's like, "Oh, you saw The Lion King, right?" And they're like, "No." I mean, yes.
No one's had the talk.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And it's like I don't know. It's weird to see people act this way and for them to be having such a religious experience at this
Yes.
rally. Like weeping
Yeah.
because this guy got shot in the ear.
Yeah.
And then the most grotesque thing is Trump brings up the guy who was behind him, who lost his life, uh, jumped up in front of his family and he gets hit. He was a firefighter. They bring up his firefighter's like jacket, like the heavy canvas jacket, and his helmet. It's on a mannequin.
Yeah.
And Trump's like walking over
And
to it
hugging it,
and kissing the helmet. And I'm like,
kissing the helmet.
what the
We just got
fuck is going
demonetized.
on?
Thanks, Mikey.
I was
Less
like,
than 10
what
minutes in.
is this? What am I
Didn't
watching?
they? I
And then
mean, I heard that they spelled the guy's name wrong on
they
the
couldn't say it
outfit.
right.
I wouldn't
It
know, but
was
that's what I
it's
heard.
embarrassing.
Yes.
Embarrassing. I felt and then uh Biden reached out to the lady for condolences. She wouldn't take his phone call.
Yeah,
Left, right, center, whatever. The president of the country is calling to say, I'm sorry for your loss. And you ignore him. Like, come on, like, and then you let Trump drag his clothes up there to do some weird, I mean, photo op doesn't even begin to start it. Like, how could you say, yeah, 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 take his stuff and do a big thing on stage with it?
yeah, yeah.
Never in a
Absolutely,
million years. Never in a
absolutely.
million years.
Well, I mean, look. So, we'll bring in some people in the chat. I want to say hello to everyone out there in YouTube land. We've got a power to the people. We've got Brenner is watching. Hi, Brenner. We've got
HR's
Michael
here.
Warner in the chat. We've got Mike Higgins. Yoni over in Finland is watching. We've got Claire Scott.
Hi.
We've also got
Hi,
Puddinator who's
Claire.
dropped a super chat in. Thank you very much for that, Puddinator. We have seasons. We're currently in the rainy season. Shouldn't last more than 3 or 4 thousand
Hours.
years. Welcome to the UK. And then we've got Claire Scott. Thank you for the super chat. Trump is scared of Harris. So let's get into the meat of it. Last night, Biden stepped down just around 7 o'clock our time in the UK, but that would have been about midday or something around where you live. And it was a bit of a shock, apparently, to his aides who were only told a minute before it happened. And yeah, and then he backed Kamala Harris to stand in for him. And that makes sense because she's the VP. But do you think she can win? That is the question I want to ask.
Before I've been thinking about what I knew you were going to ask me this, so I've been preparing a response. And the first thing I want to say is before I forget, thanks, Obama. Thanks, Obama. If it wasn't for Obama, he would have never stepped down.
Oh, right.
But
Okay. But Obama hasn't backed.
Barrio had to sneak in there, put the arm around the shoulder, like, listen, Jojo, this is not going well. Just try to finish this one, okay? Okay, big guy. Just try to get over the finish line on this lap,
Yeah.
and then we'll see. Let's just pit and we'll see.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm Gloria's gone. Uh, what was the question about how what are her
Do you
chances?
reckon that she can win? I mean, first of all, will she get the nomination? Because that's not in the bag. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
I
yeah.
was going to say Obama, I don't think has backed her yet.
Well, he doesn't have to.
Well, I mean, we'll
He
tell.
backs he backs the DNC's choice. That's he you know what I mean? They don't really want to get too much into the weeds before because I mean he could really tilt the scales. And that's why I mean he tilted the scales for Biden
Yeah.
when there were other candidates. But it is what it is.
Okay.
I think across the country, she amongst Democrats, that's a much easier fall in line, hold your nose vote. That's a much easier pill to swallow than God damn, does he even know he's in a debate? Like, does he
Well,
know?
there was someone said to me, Biden stands no chance. Someone else would stand half a chance. But
Yeah.
is America ready for a female president?
Yeah. Hillary was the problem. I don't think it was a woman problem. It was a Hillary problem. People are sick of dynasties. They're sick of the same couple of families trying to run the country for decades. And she's very unlikable. So I don't think America's ever really had like a woman problem. Like Nikki Haley did surprisingly well, and in a pool full of nasty boys, but
Yeah.
her skin tone got the best of her. That doesn't translate everywhere. It
Was
translates to
that
the money,
used
but
against her in any of the debates? Didn't Trump use her birth name to point out that she's actually Indian? Well, her heritage is Indian.
yeah. I mean, it's fine when you want to call yourself Nikki instead of Nimrata.
Yeah.
That's hey, whatever you would like to, identify as, even though you won't respect other people's right to identify how they like to identify. I'll call her what she likes to be called. That's fine. I'll call her Nikki. But Nikki, they're not gonna call you Nikki behind closed doors. Like as much as you think, but I'm successful and I'm the governor. Well, you're governor of a very racist state, and you only survive there because you appease the racists. Takes a
Yeah.
long time to let them think that you're a good one, and you don't have enough time to do that
One of the good
across.
ones.
She didn't have enough time to get to be one of the good ones across the country. It took her long enough to do it in South Carolina.
Jesus.
She
Craig
literally holds. She sits up in their lap with the white supremacists. So
Craig saying in the chat she can absolutely win. Trump's entire campaign strategy has just imploded, given that it's been old guys can't be president, which is ironic now because he is now the old guy.
womp
Um,
womp.
yeah. Brian in the chat is saying, I want to see her in a live debate with Trump. She'll skin him
Oh
alive.
yeah.
Do you think that she'll do well in a debate against Trump? Do you think that would work? Do you think she will be
It's gonna
good in
be
that?
so it's when he's debating Biden, it's easy for his incoherent things to kind of, you know, get inside the blurry lines between of what Biden's trying to remember to say. I
Mm,
mean, he having a stutter and overcoming that, that's great. But
yeah,
when you have multiple things stacked against you,
yeah.
and Trump is just dancing around making fucking facial features, and it's just like you can't, man. Like he's clowning you, man. Like pull him up, throw in the towel. He's had
Well,
enough.
this is the line that
But
I
he's
keep
but he,
saying,
oh yeah,
Mikey, is that in that debate there was a point where Trump literally accused doctors, Democratic doctors, I guess, in Democratic states of murdering babies. And the fact that his opponent didn't pick him up on that, and people go, oh, but that should have been the moderators. They should have picked up on it and they should have put it right. And I'm like, it's not their job. It's a debate. The other guy can't say that's absolute bullshit. Like, seriously?
yeah.
You think
They're
that they
not
kill
fact checkers.
babies? You think that's suddenly legal now? What is wrong with you?
They, they're not fact checkers. They're referees.
Yeah.
So no, it's not the moderator's job. It's your job. So if your debate opponent starts on a bogus premise, it's your job to stop them mid premise or else deal with the premise that they've set up for you. He
So,
would know that if he studied how to debate or
yeah.
anything like that. But
Yeah.
here we are.
Do you think there's going to be much, what we'd say, argy-bargy at the Democratic convention? Do you think that there is going to be people holding out for another candidate to run?
I We don't really have a lot of time to do all that stuff.
Yeah.
And if there was somebody else that was like if this was 4 years ago or whatever it was, and Bernie was still on the ticket, this would be a good Bernie time. Like, you know what? No, we tried your thing. Now we're trying our thing.
Yeah.
This is a little bit different. We're so close to the election already.
Yeah.
And she gets
For
all of his
America, for America, this is the maddening thing. Every other country in the world, pretty much, the elections are done and dusted within maybe 6 weeks or even a month. In America, the election goes on for 2 years. It's insane.
We're a very large country. We have a lot of people and we have a lot to say. And people make a lot of money off
A
of our
lot of
elections.
power to invest in one squishy little human
Yeah.
who's not bulletproof. Craig
No.
says Trump has focused on tricks to trip up Biden, and now none of those tricks will work. He'll have to depend on his ability to actually appeal to the audience, which involves not saying horrible stuff, which we know he can't do. He can't not say horrible stuff because he's
If
Donald Trump. That's what he does.
if Kamala is smart, she'll just goad him. Just irritate him. Don't answer the questions. Just make little itty bitty insults to him and
Yeah.
laugh at him. He hates it.
Yeah, laughing at
And
him is something that I know
Just giggle at him when he's giving an answer or
does
something.
his
Just
head in, doesn't it?
just do a couple of those. He will lose it
Yeah.
on stage.
Yeah.
He might dive at her. You know what I mean? That's where we're at.
Wow.
He's so poor at managing his emotions.
Yeah,
And-
yeah.
And for all the sexist men out there that think a woman can't lead because of their emotions, I have never seen more crybaby men yelling and screaming in the PMQs and the houses of Congress. It's always the men that are hooting and hollering and carrying on. So
The whinging Nepo babies of the world.
yeah,
They never
I
stop
mean,
whinging. If my
rage-
car whines
rage is
that
an
much, I'll take it to the garage, get it fixed.
I mean, rage is an emotion, right? So
Yeah.
whether you're crying or whether you're screaming, they're both emotions. So control your emotions out there, everybody. But if I would love to see them in a debate. He's a felon. She's a prosecutor.
Yeah.
She's been here 100 times before.
Yeah. Duncan in the chat says, thank you for calling her Harris and not Kamala. Women get shorted in positions of power. That was actually Brenner who said that, but obviously his surname's Duncan, so I thought it'd be funny to say Duncan says, okay, I won't do that again. One Angry Pagan, well done for being a member for 14 months. I'll give you a little super chat animation. Thank you. Here's hoping Harris is a tough badger. The thing is, it's a bit crazy that she's been a vice president now for 3.5 years. We've not really seen her. Like, I don't know that much about her. I've not seen her debate. I know she was Attorney General, wasn't she? She was the AG.
Or state's attorney for California. Let me see
Yeah.
what her title was.
It was Attorney General for California, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what came out today?
What is that?
Trump donated to Kamala Harris's campaign back in 2011.
Yeah. I mean,
She should bring that up all the time. Thanks for the $5,000, Don. Thanks, Donnie.
I would go to the bank, get $5,000 out in singles and put it in a clear briefcase and carry it around with me all day and just say, this is the money that Trump gave me. It's a little old, but it's his. I carry it with me. I'll spend it when I feel like it.
So Puninator, who's been a member for 4 months, congratulations, Puninator. I'll give you a super chat. Someone's written in the chat, Michael's written, Hughes really needs a member animation. That sounds so wrong. Anyway, Mikey, possible running mates for Harris.
So I've been talking with the bin crew and we've been arguing about this very thing. Now I know Brenna's in the chat, so I'm gonna appeal to Brenna. If they want to go with the female ticket, it's either Stacey Abrams or Katie Porter.
Okay, why?
They are go-getter badasses in the House. And Stacey Abrams just ran for governor of Georgia. But they are no nonsense, and I need some. That's the tiebreaker I want in the Senate.
So
I want them
Stacey
seeing
Abrams,
over
was
the
she
Senate.
the one who got all the votes out in 2020 in
Yeah.
Georgia? So she basically
then-
won it in Georgia for Joe Biden then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then she lost her race subsequently. For everyone else, I like Buttigieg. I like Newsom. I had one other one. We had a dark horse too, and I was like, that would be great.
Well, I
Can't
was
remember
thinking
who it
like
was.
Gavin Newsom. He's
Oh, Beto.
California, isn't he? He's
Yeah,
the governor of
Beto.
California. And that he's not one of the swing states. I think Stacey Abrams, I've not heard a name come up before connected to this, but that would be a canny move because she's in one of the major swing states of Georgia. If Harris can get Georgia, then it's halfway back to the White House, or halfway there. I guess.
Or forget the governor of Michigan. Let me see where it is.
That's Gretchen.
Yeah, there you go.
Gretchen Whitmer. She's very good as
Gretchen
well.
Whitmer.
And again, swing state, one of the 6.
I mean, because they lost tons of support in Michigan over the Israel's assault on Gaza. And the large Muslim population there, especially in Dearborn, where a lot of these people are refugees from Gaza, and they're crying out to their country to stop sending weapons, and they got literally told, shut the hell up. So
Okay.
they've lost the Muslim vote in Michigan. If they want to get it back, if Gretchen can convince them, that's the only way they're getting that vote.
Yeah. Well, I mean, someone said in the chat earlier that Harris hasn't actually met with Benjamin Netanyahu at all, so she can't be brushed with the same paintbrush as Joe Biden. There's a lot of people on the left calling him Genocide Joe because of the continued sale of arms to Israel to do horrific war crimes in Gaza. So, I mean, it feels like a lot of the things that people were using to target Joe Biden to say why he shouldn't be president have been taken off. They've been taken off now. And what I think would be really good is if Harris can really push how good Biden's been as a president in terms of the Green New Deal,
That's
which was
that's that's
rechristened as the
that's that's the wrong
Infrastructure
idea.
Act.
No one cares about that.
No
That's
one
the
cares
wrong
about it.
idea. They're gonna if they go that route where they try to brag about a last 4 years that we survived, it wasn't great.
Okay,
Wages have not matched the job numbers for
right.
years. So everyone's working 2 and 3 jobs, and you want to brag about that.
Okay,
Terrible idea.
okay,
Terrible idea. We're
okay.
not doing great. And you
That's me put in
and
my
we
place. All right. Good job. I'm
well
not in charge of the campaign.
Well, they don't listen to me either. No one listens to me. But when you throw that message in their face, like this is the best that the country's ever been, and you feel like your cup is not quite full,
Mm,
that's gonna ring very, very
yeah.
hollow to you.
Okay.
And then they keep promoting it like, look how good it's been. It's like, I don't feel like I'm getting it. Maybe someone else is getting it. That's not me.
Yeah.
So you just breed resentment on the whole thing. What they need to do
And
is
maybe they've come from Mexico.
just 2025, the campaign. That's
Yeah.
all they need to run on. And there's 1,000 clips of Trump saying, yes, yes, we will usher in 2025. Jump cut. I've never heard of 2025. I can't even count that high. Like it's open and shut case. Because as
Yeah.
soon as you tell the Republicans, we're banning your porn. Games
Yes.
that match, baby. What you talking about? They're not finna write that down. They're not
Well,
punching
they
that
might,
number.
because they'll think that they'll use a VPN to get around it.
Not when VPNs are banned, because that's what the Harris campaign has been telling everybody. It's like, oh, if you think you're gonna get a VPN, that's not gonna work either. Because 2025, just remind them what they're
I
asking
think the
for.
porn thing is going to be massive, actually. All things
And
considered.
if
Once they're in the
but I
security of the voting booth, it should be
yeah
on the paper. Do you want to ban
that
porn? Yes, no.
want to love Trump so much,
But not that
but not
much. I would do anything for
not
Trump,
that
but I
much.
won't do that.
But whoa,
There needs to be a song. There needs to be a song, Mikey. One Angry Pagan, thank you very much for the super chat, mate. I've seen that one of the Republicans attacks Harris. Is that one of the Republican attacks is that she laughs a lot. It's not like her laugh is annoying. I would say infectious. Yeah, how is that a problem? And also, Emma Price has been a member for 12 months. Hi, Emma. Says, look what happened when I seceded. Talking about, because Emma and I have been discussing Trump's chances of winning for a while. And I was a
yeah.
bit sort of down on Biden, thinking that he didn't really have it in him. And then we had the debate. And then since then, I've been, no, get rid of him. No good. We demand results here.
It's
Sorry,
please,
we're not a charity.
please. And the thing is, the pageantry of he's been in DC this so long. It's his turn. He has a right to let us know when he's ready. No, mother sucker, mother flower. It has been 4 weeks past this debate. Excuse
No,
me,
melon
sir.
farmer.
Are you done yet? Are you done? Are you not satisfied?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Goddamn, you wasting time. This is time that you don't care about because you're about to go sail off into the sunset eating ice cream cones for the rest of your life. That's great.
Okay, all
The
right.
rest of us don't have soft serve.
True. Plum Duff in the chat is saying, honestly, can the Democrats really win? It's bloody depressing. So you're saying that they shouldn't run on their records because obviously people aren't really feeling
It's boring,
it yet.
and it's boring, and it's not something that people can feel and identify with and make them feel like I want more of this.
So what do they need to win? They need to get a good running mate who's going to bring one of the swing states in.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
we've also got someone was saying about Arizona, the guy from Arizona, Mark Kelly. This is Craig said thoughts about bringing Mark Kelly, who's an Arizona junior senator, in as running mate, war hero, astronaut, husband of Gabby Giffords, and he probably brings Arizona with him.
Yeah,
I
because
think,
Carrie Lake has been doing her best talk show. I mean, she really thought she was going to be part of that Trump team, man. She was auditioning so hard and they didn't call her.
yeah,
Poor Carrie Lake. She's so
because she's
sad. But
absolutely effing bonkers. Did you see the
she's
interview
nuttier
of
than
Emily
squirrel shit.
Maitlis? Did you see the interview with the news agents, the British interview?
No.
Did you not see it?
British people talk to her.
Yeah, yeah,
Why?
yeah, yeah. Oh, Emily Maitlis
Don't call these
absolutely
conservatives.
wiped the floor with it. Just made her look like such an idiot. You'll have to look it up. It's only a
That's
short clip. It's all over TikTok, but
It's
well
not
worth.
fair to her. It's not fair to Carrie Lake. She shouldn't talk to people from other countries.
It's a
She can
bit. It is
barely
a bit like stop, stop. She's already dead. But yeah, it's what can you do?
throw a
Yoni.
fight.
Yoni says next Biden should pad SCOTUS before leaving. So the Supreme
Absolutely.
Court. Do you think he should expand it?
Yeah, because they're gonna. I mean, Han shot first for a reason. Like that's like it. You'd be stupid not to. They've stated verbatim, "I'm going to stack the court if I get in."
They've already stacked it though. It's 6-3 at the moment, so they're going to put
No,
more.
they're going to add justices, and then he's going to appoint more justices.
Okay.
So nah, brother, you need to stack it now. Like, yeah, let's get it up to 13. And
Get
that
up to
way it'll
13
represent
justices.
and that way it'll represent each district because there's 13 judicial districts. We can have
Yeah.
13 Supreme Court justices, one for one, 13 colonies. I mean, it's fine. I
13
mean, not
colonies.
the Nazgul probably. That was
Yeah.
13 or is it 9? I think it was 9.
Don't know. I think there was 13 people at the
Don't
Last Supper.
don't
Yeah.
Clarence Thomas is definitely Judas. 1 billion% Judas.
He is an evil man. But I wouldn't do that. I'd just round them up, put them all in Guantanamo Bay to arrest them.
I mean, what are y'all gonna do? What if he says, "Okay, I'm gonna arrest them, put them in a black site, and then I'm
Yeah.
gonna just eat ice cream and look at them for the rest of my life"?
Yeah.
Because
Because
that's
they've
what I'm
given
allowed to
him
do.
the right
Because
to
I'm
do
the
that. They've literally
I can
given
just
him the constitutional right to break the law in any way that he sees fit. So you may as
I
well
would
take out the
like
people who are annoying you.
I would like to take all of my political opponents and put them in a bird cage
Yeah.
and have that bird cage be brought in front of me
Yeah.
for the rest of my days, even
Yes.
when I'm not the president anymore.
Yeah.
It's a presidential order. They must stay within my eyesight in their little tweeter cage.
But if Trump wins, I mean, all bets are off because even if you stack the court with 13 judges, he's just got to put another 13 bloody swivel-eyed Republicans in, isn't he?
And then here's the other thing. What can't the president do now? Can he just say there is no more Supreme Court? There is no more constitution. Like I can nullify the Constitution against itself. Like it doesn't make sense when you take one citizen and put them outside of the Constitution.
Yeah.
When they're outside of everyone's jurisdictions and they have complete immunity for both while they're at work and when they're not looking up porn in the middle of the night. Like
Yeah.
he can
True.
do like if he's able to do all of that stuff, then we don't have a country.
Yeah.
So what the Supreme Court did is I don't know how that's going to stand forever because it's not even internal, it's not like logically consistent. So a lot of we have a lawyer show coming up on the BIN network, the culture under review. Um, because the two lawyers on that show, they don't know what this means. No
Yeah.
one knows what
No
this
one
means
does.
because it's made foundations of the country invalid. And
The
now it's like
Supreme
now
Court
what
doesn't know what it means. That's
right.
why they handed it down to lower court to, like, I don't know, argue the case of what is and what isn't part of the presidential duties.
Yeah, I mean, sounds like the fix is in, if you ask me. So with them trying to fix it in this way, I don't know. They don't even know what this means. Because if I'm given an illegal order, I don't have to follow it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't tell. So every time he's telling someone this, is it going to court? Are all these things going to court in each court for the place where the act is taking place? Who has jurisdiction?
Yeah.
Like there's a reason why none of this ever happens is because it doesn't work. He can't even cover himself with immunity if no one can figure out what to even charge someone with if they do this.
Okay, I've got a bit of a downer question from Puninator.
Uh-oh.
Mikey,
Yes.
what are the chances that Trump term 2 leads to American Civil War 2.0?
Not zero. But I think so. There's a couple of different Republicans we have now. You have your MAGA people, they're very loud, very vocal, all over social media, right? I would say that number is still to this day maybe 25 or 30% of the Republicans, like registered Republicans. Most of them are kind of that like milk toast Republican, just kind of Fox News guys. And then there's still I think a decent majority of them are like those constitutionalist, like conservatives. Like conservatives are different than MAGA. There's a big difference between how Mitch McConnell has been a royal pain and hemorrhoid on America for the last 250 of his snapping turtle years. Um, there's a very difference between him and a Matt Gaetz or a Marjorie Taylor Greene. Like they're like the level, like I hate to say statesmanship, like knowledge of the job, long-term planning. MAGA doesn't have that. They're trying, the Heritage Foundation, which is made 2025, is full of conservatives. If like they're trying to bridge it, and you can, that's what I'm saying. That's when they're trying to bridge that gap, I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know if you're gonna get the MAGA crowd to vote for no porn. I just don't think that they're gonna go there with you. But if you upset the MAGA people, it's like there's a raging bull or something like that. So either you can try to fight it with your hands, or you can like put a yoke on it and put it in a field.
Yeah,
They're trying to use the rage and stupidness of MAGA to pull the plow of their theocracy that they're trying to get over here.
yeah.
I don't know that they're a I don't know that they're going to be able to tame MAGA in a way that's useful for them in the time that Harris can galvanize the left.
Well, talking of
That's the race.
galvanizing the left, just an hour or so before we came to Nancy Pelosi has backed Kamala Harris, so it does look like yeah, the Dems are falling into line. Questionable absentee. Well done on 11 months of being a member of this channel.
Woo woo.
Trump in carbonite experience. Talking about handshot first. Because could you imagine his gut would just sort of stick out really far? It'd be like trying to put Jabba into
So much,
carbonite.
so much carbonite for like to fill in the void. Just
Yeah.
like
Just get a girl in a gold bikini to strangle him with a chain. That'll work. It worked for Jabba. Kamal, thank you very much for the super chat, mate. 10 Singaporean dollars. Cool. All the way from Singapore.
sweet.
Can the US ever get past the Electoral College and achieve something like proportional representation?
So 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 when it comes to what the question about the race war, when and if there is a second revolution here or third revolution here, um, there's going to be a new constitution, and I don't think the Electoral College will survive
No.
a redrafting. Short of that, I'm not sure how we get it because there is no way that we're going to either take over all of these red districts and get them to flip just long enough for us to get a constitutional convention just so that we can get the I don't know. Like
Yeah.
I would really I think everybody would love because I mean the Electoral College has always been this racist tradition to
Yeah.
give rural people a larger say over things so that they could outvote the uppity city folk. Cool. We're
Yeah.
past that now. There's no delay with the news. We have the internet. Everybody knows everything instantaneously. Campaigning information can get out of it. So everything is fair. So there is no reason for us to still have Oklahoma and like Ohio being anywhere near each other in electoral votes. It's nonsense. It's nonsense.
Yeah.
Because if I can't remember the exact number. Brenna, if you can help me, if they went by population, like California would have something like
Oh, it's 40 million people live in California. And then 500,000 live in Wyoming. So I think they should do it in how many members you get is based on every 500,000 members of your population. Because then Wyoming will get one and California will get 80. Sounds fair.
And I don't think there's going to be a problem where something's happening in Wyoming, but everybody else from every other state wants to talk first. Like that isn't even how it works. People like, you know what I mean? They all
Yeah.
sit there. Four people will talk in an afternoon. it's not like this big thing where you need to have a person there because that person needs to speak every afternoon. It's not how it works. It's not realistic. Or break us up into districts, or we can workshop all of this.
Yeah.
But the Electoral College is just another racist tradition that we love to talk about and love to institute in here, unknowingly and unknowingly.
One of the things they could do is bring in alternative votes. So when you get a spoiler candidate like Kennedy, Robert Kennedy Jr., who's a spoiler candidate, people can vote 1, 2. So they can vote him first, and then the candidate, well, I guess that's actually going to win second. Is one way of doing it. Or do it like they do in the French way, where if no one gets over 50%, you run it again. You get rid of all the other candidates apart from the top 2, and you do it again. But yeah,
I'd like that.
The Electoral College does seem just nuts to me. But
a couple of our states have ranked choice voting, which is great. So you
yeah,
get your
that's
top.
what I meant. Rank choice. Yeah. One Angry Pagan, thank you very much for the super chat. Starmer, former prosecutor and now in charge of the UK. Harris, former prosecutor and could possibly be in charge of the US. Curious oddity.
Deep state confirmed.
Yes. Very good.
Evidence.
So Puddinator is asking, Mikey, if Harris wins, what stops Trump trying again in 2028? Fried chicken?
Cholesterol, probably.
Burgers?
Yeah.
Elvis.
Just a general malaise about him. Yeah.
Do you know, I was...
How old would he be then?
83, I think. No, 82.
Good luck. Good luck.
Well, I do like the idea. Well, I thought that it would be better for him to, if he was going to unalive, I kind of like the idea of him dying on his golden toilet. Because that's there's no dignity in that. I like
probably
that.
gold. It's probably gold plated.
Oh, yeah, it'd be cheap. You'll scratch it and you'll be able to see what's underneath. But Brian says a Trump/Harris debate could evolve into a prosecution cross-examination. No further questions, my lord. The prosecution rests its case. Michael says, what are the big issues in the debate now? Is it still abortion and women's rights, or are there other issues I don't know of?
Great point. That is what's I think that's the linchpin. White women. That in 2022, the Republicans and their big red wave, and they decided that state by state by state, and everywhere it was important, that they were going to go after a woman's right to choose. Well, it didn't turn out so hot for them. That's the only thing Kamala's been talking about this entire time. And that's the panels that she's been doing and talks that she's been doing is talking about women's rights. Good luck, dude. Y'all have been pissing the women off long enough. Maybe you're about to get your comeuppance in the form of Madam President.
Yeah. George Jaws asks, what happens when porn, alcohol, drugs are banned? Thanks for the super chat, George.
We're going to get a second NASCAR.
I could imagine it's going to be like when Homer goes to the baseball and he's not drinking and then he realizes how boring it is because he can't drink. I think it's going to be like that realization across America.
I mean, we've done it before. We've banned all that stuff.
Yeah, but you could still get it, couldn't you? That's things like abortion bans don't ban abortion. They just ban safe abortions.
Right. Just, if you are affluent and you need to go away for a medical procedure that is none of your business, then that's different. But no, everyone shouldn't have access to abortion. That's terrible.
Yeah. How dare they? How dare they have control of their own bodies?
Don't come for me.
Svax in the chat says issue also lies in the fact that the same majority elects both senators in each state, 2 senators for each state. 2 people represent the same 30 to 60% in each state. Very good point. And Yoni, thank you very much for the super chat, Yoni, who's from Finland. Finland gave up on the Electoral College after 1988. Finland
smarter than us.
They changed the constitution to ban private schools. I love Finland.
Wow.
In the 1970s, and now they had the best education system in the world because everyone who has children has a vested interest in the state system being really good. You can't opt out.
What a novel concept.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Everybody learns.
yeah.
Wow.
Oh dear. Duke Vengeance is in the chat saying, I've been trying to build this battleship gun all day and I still haven't finished. This is all Graham's fault for no adequate reason. There you go.
I concur.
I can, yeah, I do as well. Sorry, mate.
I was gonna say it if you didn't.
Yeah.
Like
Craig points out quite correctly, mostly the bans ban it for poor people. Alcohol bans had loopholes for the wealthy, which is why it was so resented. And we'll say this could become a bit of a catchphrase on this channel. It doesn't affect the wealthy. It doesn't affect the rich. Whatever it is, whatever the whining nepo baby elites want anywhere in the world, it never affects the rich. It's like communism. Communism was just for the proles, and the people actually up the party hierarchy, they were eating caviar. They were drinking out of golden goblets or whatever they drink out of in Moscow back in the day. It was ridiculous.
the skull of their enemies.
Yes. Drinking wine from the skull of Jaw Mormont. Puninator, thank you very much for the £5 super chat, my friend. Headline, Secret Service boss admits failure over Trump. And then Puninator's like, what? Because he missed. Too soon.
I mean, like y'all let homie fly a drone. Y'all watched him fly a drone around the area before. Look, hey, they the ones telling me the police are here to save my life and la da da. Y'all keep believing that bullshit if you want to. Clearly, they do not know what a kid who clearly looks like a school shooter flying a drone around taking pictures of where the president's going. What did you think he was doing? Measuring? Why do you think he had a tape measure out in a windsock? Morons. What do you fucking think he was doing?
I don't know. Maybe they were just
You know what?
drunk
I
on
bet
the
if he
job.
was black and trying to walk his dog, you would have fucking grabbed him and snatched him up and said, "What are you doing letting your dog shit near the president's stand?" You would have fucking been all over. So
Well, I mean, is that thing of like he's got a gun, so we have to leave him to it because that's the only way we can stop the bad people with guns. Paul Ewan, thank you very much for the super chat and the good news. Bookies have already have Trump's odds dipping slightly, so Trump's odds of winning have gone down.
it's the ladies that are gonna win this.
So you think the ticket should be 2 women then? Is
That's
that the winning ticket?
Hey, whoever wants to sit and be bored for the rest of their life in the Senate for the next 4 years, whoever wants to volunteer for that. But I'm saying like women's issues, like women's health and stuff that is the ticket. Get something done. Stop telling us about the bullshit, about the inflation and all that, because you're still full of shit and we're still dealing with these big corporations who are screwing us over anyway, claiming that it's inflation. So we're still fighting that fight.
Yeah.
Don't talk about the economy. You need to reassure people that you're going to protect their constitutional rights. You're going to protect their autonomy. If the world is scary enough, I don't need you bragging. Don't brag. Work. How hard is that? Do something.
It does sound though that the campaign will be like, you need to vote for us because otherwise you're going to lose stuff. You know, it's all these negative things.
Oh, honesty, yeah, we wouldn't want no honesty in no damn campaign.
Well, no, that's true. But I mean, like, it does sound like they're going to be a pretty. I mean, Trump's already doing a negative campaign, but
well, yeah,
it's going to be a negative campaign against a negative campaign. It's going to not be. Hey, guess what we're going to do?
But that's why we lose everything is because everybody wants to play nice all the time, and play like it's a different game.
Yeah,
play by the rules as they house rules, and this house says you need to play a little bit dirty. Play dirty and win. Don't lose and just like, well, if I had just broken the rules, then I would have won it. No one cares.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Our futures and our rights are at risk here while you're playing roll your sleeves up and fight.
Questionable Absanity, thank you very much for the super chat. Frankie Boyle, who's a comedian over here, pointed out that luxury yachts are for rich people to go into international waters to commit heinous acts and dump the salt-ridden bodies. Yes. Rich people are
Correct.
psychopaths. You have when you get to a certain point of your richness where you can't be anything but a psychopath unless you are Taylor Swift. True story. Nick is
I
saying
I
that you've got a
I would
very
like to
impressive aurora
distance myself.
borealis. I don't know if that's a euphemism.
I didn't know it was showing.
Go on. Do you know any nice billionaires or the all psychopaths? Is that a big cup or you dead little?
This cup is perfectly proportioned to me, and it's got my daughter on it, and you will leave this cup alone. This is
Oh,
a cartoon cup.
no,
How
it's a
dare
lovely
you?
cup. It's just a very big cup. It is a big
It's all
cup.
right. Yeah, it's kind of big. I have
It
a
is.
huge head, so.
Okay, fair enough.
What was the question?
We were talking about rich people. I was asking if you know any
Oh,
nice billionaires who aren't
LeBron's
psychopaths.
LeBron's okay.
Okay, yeah,
He just hit a billion.
that's
I
quite
don't know about
impressive.
you, Oprah.
Oprah,
Mm.
she is she troublesome?
Yeah, where you been, Oprah? You've been awfully vacant ever since your boyfriend Obama went away. She said, peace out, America. I'm done. I'm retired. Said
Fair
this
enough.
shit.
Do you know what though? If you've got loads of money and you shut up and you just go away, that not as bad as spending all night on Twitter going after minorities, which is what other billionaires do.
I have this like running fantasy that me and my wife do where we like figured out how much, like if you had $2 billion and you put it in the bank account in like a savings account or something and the interest and all that stuff. And I was like, I would just go around and just ruin local economies with the interest I'm making off of my 2 billion because I'd want to keep it at exactly 2 billion. So then it turns into like something like $166,000 I have to spend every day. I just go into every store, buy everything, give it back to them, return it, take it to this place. Just fuck up a whole city every
Yeah.
day.
What city would you like to fuck up?
Mine first. I'd stop by mine
What,
first. Give
Chicago?
it. Yeah, we could use some money. Chicago, it needs money.
Hmm.
It's an expansive place.
Yeah, yeah.
But and then that's another thing that I hope that the Harris slash question mark TBD campaign, you need to work on getting things going in a way that is visible for voters. And you need to apologize about the student loan thing.
Yeah.
You
Well,
need
they
to
did their
say,
best. They did their best. They tried, didn't they?
oh, okay. These dudes are about to bring in a new world order and you can't figure out how to, okay. Yeah, it's cool. No, you can figure out how to do what you want to do. But when we ask for something very small, we can't
Yeah.
have it.
Well, I mean,
We just
I
want
think
something
they tried
small.
their best, but you know, the odds are against them because they only had a small
He
majority, didn't
just
they?
got told that he could kidnap people and put them in Guantanamo Bay. Did he not?
Okay, let's have loads of executive orders in the next few months coming
Or
from Biden.
give the debt. It's not that hard. Just forgive the debt. They just told you have complete immunity. They will let you do whatever you
Yeah,
want. So just do it.
yeah, yeah.
Just do it.
We've got some
Tell them to erase their
suggestions.
computers.
We've got some suggestions for nice billionaires. We've got Bruce Springsteen. George is saying sociopaths rather than psychopaths.
Mm.
Melinda Gates, Mackenzie Scott. Mm, mm, I don't know. David Attenborough says one angry pagan. He's not a billionaire. He's very good at what he does.
Why? He have to be on planet 55 by the time
Mm,
planet Earth 67.
um, just Derek is saying in the chat, spend thousands of dollars buying stuff and giving them to the homeless. That would destroy local economies.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Empty Walmart and put it into an apartment complex that I also bought. Fill it with toys and food and all that stuff and just let people live in it because that's
yeah.
how it should be. And I literally can't spend this money fast enough anyway.
Mikey says Tay-Tay is a billionaire. I know. I said apart from Taylor Swift. Um, Michael is saying in the chat, if I was a billionaire, I would just mess with people. Think a 100-foot dragon statue appearing overnight in a square. I like that. Why not? Anyway, so
I'd make Jurassic Park.
yeah. So going forward, oh, we're frozen. Why have we frozen? What is going on? Why did we
There we are.
freeze? Don't freeze. That wasn't your fault. That was my fault. Anyway, well, Computer's fault. Stupid computer. Um, so when do they announce the vice president? Because obviously they didn't announce it until the Republican National Convention. Are they going to do the same with the Democrats? And we're not going to find out who's going to be on the ticket until midway through August, or are they going to probably announce that a bit early? Uh,
I mean, midway through August is only 3 weeks from now. I'm sure people were already on a short list. I'm sure this was already,
War
probably since
games.
the yeah, this has been war roomed since the debate happened anyway. There's no way they haven't been having meetings without meetings probably after 4 p.m. um to talk all about this. Um I don't know when they're going to tell us because I didn't expect him to stay that long. Like the whole calendar for everything's a little jacked up, but we'll know pretty soon because, like I said, we only got 3 weeks until a convention.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, the Democrats, I think that they have absolutely dropped the ball here completely. They should have had this all sewn up months ago, years ago.
Arrogance,
It'll be fine.
entitlement,
It'll be fine. Trump can't win. Trump can't win. Oh, come on. He can't win. He'll be in jail. He can't win. He'll be in jail. People will point at him
and
and say he's a convicted criminal. An adjudicated rapist. Like, the people are going to vote for him, and they are. They're going to vote
so
for him.
so
Because people are
so
dickheads. People buy Coldplay records and they voted for the Nazis. That's all you need to know about people.
poor Coldplay. No one likes them.
No, they don't.
Um, I don't. Uh, but that's what needs to be said on the campaign trail. This guy's a convicted rapist.
Yes.
He's paying out settlements for what he's done. I lock them up.
Yeah.
That's what I
He lets
did
them out.
before I.
He wants to let convicted criminals out of jail, people who stormed the Capitol building, stormed the seat of our democracy, stormed our parliament, and basically he wants to let them all out so they can do it again.
Yeah.
So they can storm your parliament, so they can storm in your house and kill a couple of
They,
police officers.
they tried it in Detroit.
Hayton pointed out that I robbed that line about Coldplay off Super Hands from the TV show Peep Show. I did. And it's what Super Hands would want if you think about it. Derek says, if I was a billionaire, I'd buy all the privately rented houses and reduce rents to affordable levels to collapse the housing market so average folk could afford to buy their own homes. That's a good plan. But we also need to build houses as well. Derek, so get building.
No, we don't. Not in America. Half the houses we have are empty. People are just sitting on them.
Oh, here in the UK, we've got a housing shortage because they decided to not build any new houses to keep the house prices going up, and now we've got a serious shortage.
Hey, one.
Because
Why don't you guys just learn how
why
to
is
start
Wayne
like kissing?
calling me? Wayne, stop calling me. I'm gonna
Wayne.
answer it. Wayne, I'm doing a
Yep.
show with Mikey. Why are you calling me?
Oh, I didn't know you was live.
I'm live. You're on the microphone now.
Here
I've got
we
you on
go.
speakerphone.
Okay, I'll stick my rig on right now then.
Have you got anything to say to Mikey while you're here?
Yeah, Mikey, answer your phone, you dickhead.
He's talking to me. He's gone. Right. Answer
I'm
your
sure
phone, Mikey, in the middle of a live show.
This will be my fault, I'm sure.
Anyway, no. So yeah. All things being equal, how do you feel now? Do you feel like the Democrats have now got a chance, whereas before they didn't, or do you think they should have kept with Biden and just ridden the wave?
No. Biden stepping down was 100% the move because it would have been a 2% chance with him. Now we're at a 50-50. Now it's a puncher's game, and let's see what happens. I think a lot of things are in play all at the same time, and it's all about whether they want to go this corporate Democrat route, or they just want to brag, or they want to go the aggressive route, and they tell people, this is what's coming for you. I'm not going to do that. Let's do this one thing. Enshrine Row. That's it. That's all you do.
But can't you combine that? It doesn't need to be one or the other, does it? Because what you can say is, if this clown gets in They're going to ban porn. They're going to ban abortions. They're going to ban women existing. They're going to go after you. They're going to go
Ban
after
free
everything
women.
you hold dear. But if you vote for us, not only are we not going to do that, we are going to improve your quality of life. We are going to bring down the cost of health insurance. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. So you can make it all like one thing. You can attack them and say everything's going to be awful under them, and then say we're going to make things better.
But you know how content works. You need to give it to them in shorts. You can have a short where you're nice and diplomatic, but you need some shorts where you are screaming and it goes viral.
Yeah, true.
That's what you need. That's how Trump is winning over all these very simple-minded. Sorry, you guys are simple-minded.
Yeah.
But simple-minded people, because they think just because he's louder, he's more right.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. He doesn't, like, he sat up there for 90 minutes and didn't say anything.
Yeah.
He has no plan. That's why he's got the Heritage Foundation typing it up for him.
Yeah.
And you know what those dum-dums did? They put it on the internet. You can go to the website right now and download the PDF. It is 96 pages.
I thought it was 822 pages, or was that a different one?
That might have been something else. I think that was his indictment.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. But it's all there in black and white.
Yeah.
But will the people read it? No. They'll just he brushed it off so I can brush it off. Well,
someone said, sorry, did you just say they're going to ban women? Yes, The Handmaid's Tale. Have you not seen it? Emma Price, thank you very much for the super chat. It's very kind of you. Graham, my husband detests Coldplay. I have their albums. Match made in heaven. There you go. My other half, Catherine, she's quite partial to Coldplay. I can't stand them because why would you want to be serenaded by a posh choir boy? I don't know. Poninator, thank you very much. If I was a billionaire, we got loads of people in the chat going, if I was a rich man, I'd find everyone who's anti-Brexit and start paying to help get the EU citizenship, prove which side has more support. That would be really good. And Ian is saying in the chat, simple minds, we're a very good group. Thank you very much. Well, there you go. Don't you forget about them. And yeah.
Don't.
Yeah. And everyone's having a go at Wayne, saying he's a Tory and he's a UKIPper and that he votes reform. He doesn't. He just voted for a mate of his who was standing as a Tory councillor a few months ago. But he definitely voted Labour in this election.
That's not the private meetings I had with Wayne. That's not what he said.
Oh no. So it's all the horrible things are true.
Yeah, he had a Rishi Sunak t-shirt. It says like fan club. I don't know.
Oh no. Rishi Sunak. You could have an actual size picture of him on your t-shirt. Or Wayne could anyway. It's quite a tall bloke. Trump,
a big tall glass of water.
But Brian in the chat is saying that Trump is actually the second American of color to be a president. A funny color.
Orange.
Funny color.
Oh, funny.
Orange is a color.
What's so funny?
His little tiny hands. Someone said that if he wasn't carbonized, his hands would be so little titchy, they'd just be like little things sticking out.
Be like the little beans on a cat's paw.
And he does this, doesn't he? His invisible accordion. It's very strange.
I love when people animate that.
We've got some love coming in for Wayne. Michael's saying in the chat, Wayne for VP. I don't think that's constitutional, but we can try to sort it out. Can you sort that out?
Who knows what's constitutional anymore?
I know. President can do what he wants.
What if the president says it's constitutional and he orders us to believe it's constitutional? Now do we have to do?
Yes.
Morons. I can't believe they
arrest them. Arrest them. Absolutely arrest them.
And make them
crimes
fix
against
it.
America. And arrest Trump as well. And JD Vance. Arrest them all, put them in a black box and Guantanamo Bay. Let them out in 2034 if they're still with us.
The Walmart Just for Men commercial.
The what?
JD Vance.
Oh, JD Vance. Well, we need to talk about
he's got the hair dye beard going, and it's just like so cute. It's like, oh, you look like the little guy on the box. Any guy.
Who's that arsehole? The guy who got done for interstate transportation of minors for sex.
Matt Gaetz.
That's the one. Did you see him at the conference?
Yes.
He's had a bit of work. You know when someone just starts looking really weird and someone goes, he's had a bit of work done. He's had a lot of work done. His nose is completely different. He's got no nostrils anymore.
He's in Florida. He's got to look good.
He looks like someone's put a bulldog clip at the back of his head and like, stretched his face over, and he's got these little tiny features in the middle of his face, and then like Boss Baby or something. It's
He's
just, and then he's got these
Beetlejuice.
arched eyebrows, which are now like he always had them, but now it's like upside down V's essentially.
He
And
looks like Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z.
he is he's a freak. He's a freak.
He's a Super Saiyan. You better be careful.
He's a super freak. Craven Beer, thank you very much for the super chat. Harris Buttigieg would be my choice. My judge.
Yeah.
But not sure if US is ready for equality. Come on, can we answer this question before we go? Because we've got to wrap up in a few minutes. Is America ready for a black woman president and a possibly gay VP?
Funny story about that. America is not about what everybody wants. It's about who can manipulate the vote to get in and do what they want to do. That's how it's historically always been.
Yeah.
Most of the good things in our Constitution was done by a radical group who had the votes for one session and they punched it through. It's not this wave of goodwill towards men that just wafts over the country as the years progress. It is never that. It is exactly this. It is, we got the votes, we're doing it. Nope, we're going for it. And those are the things that push us forward. For whatever reason, for the last, I don't know how many years, they have just been doing this slow walk. We'll just keep the line, and you lose.
Yeah.
That is how you lose.
Yeah.
And until we get back to that, we have a goal. Our goal is to do this. We want a woman we want a woman in the White House, and we want to enshrine Roe. Have a goal so that you can do it and then move the hell on, and we go to the next goal and that's what needs to happen.
Enshrining Roe, that could be their big thing of like, he wants to ban abortion. We want to give every woman the right to do what they need to do with their own bodies. Okay, so questionable obscenity. I've got a question for you from questionable obscenity. Thank you for the super chat. What is Mikey's best score on the Sporkles Elements quiz? Referring to your t-shirt, I think.
I've never taken it, but I will take it and get back to you post haste.
Do you know what? I wish I'd done the Sporkle every country quiz. You got to write out the name of every country. I did it.
Oh.
I did it when I was traveling, but some of the countries, there's a particular way of writing it that it likes, and it doesn't like it another way. I had trouble, I think, with Democratic Republic of Congo. I had trouble with Saint Martin. Oh no, that's a territory.
Oh, the extra
That's
E.
a territory. No, there was a couple where it was like I typed it in the way we write it in the UK, but it wasn't quite what Sporkle wanted.
Add extra U's. Extra U's. You guys are throwing U's in everything, like color.
Yes, because it's got a U in it. An honor.
Chat.
It's got
Chat,
a U in it.
Chat.
What?
Listen to this.
What?
Come on.
Hey.
Y'all stop wasting letters, man. This is why we run out of stuff.
So you
Y'all
took the
just
letters.
using up all the U's.
You took the aluminium out of aluminum, didn't you?
It's not my fault that you guys just have extra U's that you can just waste. Come here, Zero.
Listen, if you don't like it, why didn't you invent your own language?
We tried.
Have you thought of that?
Well, look, you started this dumpster fire over here and then just sailed away in your boat and acted like it wasn't going to come back and bite you in the arse.
Hang on, you chucked us out with the help of the French in the French proxy war that just happened to take place in America.
You sent the Canadians to burn down our White House.
Yeah, well, that was funny. And that's why it's white. It was the
funny.
presidential mansion until the War of 1812. It was about 1814 that it actually got burned down, but the War of 1812 went on for longer than a year, which makes it a hilarious name for a war. But yeah, they had to paint over the scorch marks. That's why it's called the White House. That's what I heard. Is that true? Is that an urban myth?
I would like England to send us over the paint to reimburse us right now.
Fair enough. We'll do
right
that.
Today.
We'll do that as long as you agree to join the Commonwealth and become 13 colonies again. MH Carer, thank you very much for the £10 super chat. Trump staying on the Republican ticket demonstrates the law does not work for ordinary people, only the rich. Biden should find a way to enforce Amendment 14, Section 3. Are you going to look that up? I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Amendment
14.3.
14, Section 3.
Oh, is that the Insurrection Act?
I don't know.
I think it is. 14th Amendment.
He engaged in insurrection and he shouldn't be allowed to be an officer of the United States of America. Also, he's a criminal, so he can't have a gun, but he can be a president, which is bonkers.
So here's another thing that drives me crazy. Remember when he got convicted and then he was a felon? Remember when he was immediately later at an NRA like gun show thing saying, "Oh, I'll have that gun. Yeah, I want to buy that. Thanks."
Yeah.
On TV, I'm like,
arrest
crime.
him. Arrest that
Crime.
man. Arrest
Crime.
him. Arrest him. Right.
You can't buy guns.
Yeah.
You just got convicted like 2 weeks ago. No,
Yeah.
crime, jail. Jail. But then Hunter Biden goes up for lying on his application. I'm like, look at the misdirection here.
So all in all, before we go, are you feeling a bit more positive now about the chances of Trump being beaten in November, or is it about the same?
Because the chances before were like 2%. Like it was like nothing. It was not going to happen unless some stroke of whatever happens, or some kid puts his drone down. Like unless something like that happens, that's what it was going to be. Yeah. So now at least there might be a chance for another debate, which can shore up some votes, and a chance at a fair election, because it's someone's at the helm. Someone will be out there giving out messaging on a day-to-day basis, and not just, we recorded this 6 weeks ago when he was feeling good. Like, yeah. You can't do that during a tight American election.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a weird beast over here.
It is. Beastly. Anyway, thank you so much for talking to us and giving us the mood of America over there, or at least Chicago. What time is it over there? It's like 3 o'clock.
3:11 p.m.
3:11. My God, what a strange place to live.
You got to come original.
So, Mikey, thank you very much for joining us. When's the next bin cast? Well, when's the next thing that people need to watch?
Wednesday night. Me and the boys will be doing Unbox Politics, where we take pretty much out of context political videos and we just put them in a vacuum and we rate them based on context, delivery, their appearance, and then general vibes. So then everybody gets a score and we have a leaderboard. So if you want to not so serious politics take, come hang out with us on Unbox Politics Wednesday nights.
Okay, and it's the at Bin Podcast Network. If you want the address for that, I'm just putting it into the chat, and that's Mikey and Wayne and Brenner and Jotan will be on that talking about what's going on.
That's Tim and Mark and Ollie.
Oh, all right, Tim, Mark, and Ollie. Is it Ollie off? Is it Bowler Hat Man? Does he have a bowler hat? Or is it a different American one?
He's a Canadian. We needed somebody impartial.
Better. Love Canadians.
Canadians reacting to American clips is also
they're going to need loads of sticks on the 49th parallel to put the sticks to push back the Americans back into America if Trump gets in, because they'll be like fleeing into Canada. They've been making their own build that wall jokes for like the last 6.5 years. It's less funny now. I was like, come on, guys, seriously, don't block us out. Like, if I need to get up here, like, please don't. Can you get there in a boat?
I can get there in a car.
I know, but if you had to get there on a boat because of the police patrols on the road in this Gilead future that Trump wants, could you get there on a boat? Because you can go up the lakes, can't you?
I mean, that's fine, but we're in the Midwest. We all have SUVs. If we just go side by side across 10 miles of fucking, you can't catch all of us. We'll just bum rush them. Yeah, we just take all of our shit. You can, if 200 million Americans are invading your country to live there peacefully, we're invading. All right, we're here. Hi. How you doing?
I don't mean the Canadians would stop you. I mean the American National Guard or the Fascist Front or whatever it's the Patriot Boys.
They don't stop you from going out.
Yeah.
And I don't look like a Mexican immigrant, so.
Oh, well, you're winning. All right, mate. Well, listen, thank you so much. I've given the link to the BIM podcast. You want to get them and subscribe and watch some of the politics from over the pond, because that's where it's all going to be quite interesting for the rest of the year. unfortunately. May you live in interesting times. That is a curse. Thank you very much to everyone in the chat for sticking with us. Thanks for all the super chats as well. Give us a like on the way out. Big thanks to Mikey. Hi to Brenna and to Wayne if you're out there. And until next time, I'll say hello, good evening, welcome, and goodbye.